Hola, Ana María. Sí, todo bien. Por el momento todo bien. Gracias, Ana. Hola, Elena. Hola a todos los que veo por el momento. Ana, María Soraya, Ainara, Elena, Guillem. Voy a esperar un poquitín más porque todavía no es la hora, pero bueno, vamos a empezar. Para los que no estuvisteis en la sesión anterior o, bueno, los que pues lo habéis visto en diferido o todavía no lo habéis visto, hoy estaré un poco más de tiempo porque en el día anterior, que era 1 hora y media, solo estuve 1 hora y 10 minutos aproximadamente. Entonces no pude un poco explicar todo aquello, hola Carla, todo aquello que bueno, pues, yo consideraba que era importante. Para un poco refrescaros lo que hemos estado viendo hasta ahora. En la sesión previa estuvimos haciendo digamos, un comienzo o una introducción de lo que íbamos a ver en la unidad 3. La unidad 3 es básicamente Applying for Jobs. We are going to talk all the time about vocabulary related with jobs, with different positions, and also we were watching different videos about situations you are going to find when you are in an interview. So questions, possible answers, things like that. Además de eso, en la unidad 3, que está constantemente hablando sobre applying for jobs, job interviews, job questions, etc., también era importante dos temas, básicamente, traveling, viajar, and the other one is how to order things, cómo pedir cosas, for example, in a restaurant. Supposedly, you're going to be people that probably you're going to travel to different places. Nowadays, today is quite common to go to different places for work reasons, for job reasons, and without any doubt, buenas tardes a todos. Hola, Noelia. Without any job, pedir comida, saber un poco cuál es el funcionamiento a la hora de bueno, pues ir a un restaurante o tener una comida de negocios es importante, porque a veces, obviamente, uno cuando quiere pedir comida siempre va a encontrar el modo de pedirla, pero es importante saber algunas palabras o expresiones clave a la hora de hacer, bueno, pues, de peticionar este tipo de cosas en un restaurante. También os dije que durante esta unidad 3 se habla casi constantemente de un tiempo verbal que es el present perfect, el presente perfecto, que hoy, además de explicároslo, voy a introducir el tipo de palabras que vais a encontrar siempre con el present perfect. Os lo voy a explicar posteriormente. Y también vamos a ver varias presentaciones con how long, que es un pronombre interrogativo que significa cuánto tiempo llevas haciendo lo que sea, trabajando, viviendo aquí, etcétera. Y también expresiones como por ejemplo have you ever, que es muy utilizada bueno, pues, en las entrevistas. Okay, so hello everybody, and we are going to begin as usual with the presentation of this lesson, or this class. So give me a second. Okay. 1 second, please. Sorry, 1 second. I don't know why. I am not finding. Yes, okay, sorry. Okay, so in brief moments, you are going to see on your screen what we are going to talk about during this session. So as I have already implemented, sorry guys, it's because I was the other day I didn't have time, sorry, I didn't have time to present all the things, and this was not the one I wanted to tell you. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, now, sorry. Okay, 1 second guys, a little problem, but okay, so as I have already told you during the last of my classes, I couldn't explain everything I wanted about the Unit 3. The Unit 3 is basically about applying for jobs. Basically, I have uploaded for you videos on which you can see people asking questions about jobs and people answering different questions in job situations or interview situations. So during the last class, I have played for you and I have uploaded for you in the introduction of my 7th lesson, because this is the 8th one, the different situations you can live, or the different questions you have to ask, or the different answers you have to give depending on your role, at the time of speaking or at the time of living that situation. So part of this kind of working situations, part of this kind of working situations is very often going to different lunches or business lunch, on which sometimes you are going to be able to get to different agreements with co-workers or different workers. So today to begin, we are going to begin with certain expressions that you can use when you are in a business lunch. Undoubtedly, many times, you have to make or do different businesses, not only in the meetings or not only due to the different meetings you have to do with that company or with your co-workers. Sometimes or many times the important agreements and the contact with your clients, your potential clients, or the contact with other companies are or take place, tienen lugar in the business lunch. So today we are going to learn how to order food in restaurants, and also sometimes the kind of conversations it's necessary to have in order to get a grip or get an agreement or finally get a contract or finally sign a contract between, for example, two companies or between your business or company and a potential customer or client. Okay, so also obviously when you are in a business lunch, you're going to have the chance to have a more personal conversation. So sometimes you're going to talk about your likes and dislikes, not only about food, but sometimes about your life. And also they are going to ask about your preferences, and you're going sometimes to talk about your hobbies and your free time activities. So sometimes in a business lunch, it is possible to be able to get an agreement or to sign a contract or to be able to create or begin to create a commercial relationship with the client by means of this kind of business lunch or business lunch meetings. Okay, but also in this kind of situations, you're going to have the opportunity to talk about your life, the things you do, your preferences, the things you like or you don't like, the things you prefer or you don't prefer. And of course, you're going to talk about food and the typical perhaps food in your country. Okay, so it's a chance to talk about many different things. As I have told you before, also we are going to work in this unit 3 about the present perfect. But when we talk about the present perfect, there are many other things you can find next to the present perfect. One of them is how long. How long always goes with the present perfect, and the meaning is ¿cuánto tiempo llevas? O cuando lo veáis en una frase, how long have you been working or how long have you worked in this company? En español realmente implica cuánto tiempo llevas haciendo tal cosa. De tal manera que si alguien te pregunta, how long have you worked in this company? How long have you practiced tennis? How long have you worked in this university? This in Spanish would be ¿cuánto tiempo llevas trabajando en esta empresa? ¿Cuánto tiempo llevas practicando tenis? Oye, ¿cuánto tiempo llevas trabajando para esta universidad o para otras? Then I'm going to also explain again the basic structure for the present perfect, and I'm going to explain all these expressions you are going to find with the present perfect, because one of the most common and popular present perfect questions you're going to find is the expression, have you ever, for example, in interviews, in job interviews, you're going to find, have you ever worked in this kind of job previously? ¿Usted ha trabajado alguna vez antes en este tipo de trabajo o en esta área de trabajo? So in an interview, if you are the recruiter or if you are the person applying for the position, because cuando hablamos de trabajo o de conseguir un puesto, you can say job, you can say position, you can say post. So you can say all these things. So when you are applying for a position or you're applying for a post in a company or you are applying for a job in a business, in different businesses or factories or offices or main headquarters, whatever, one of the questions you are going to be asked, and one of the questions you are going to ask your possible and potential interviewers is, have you ever worked in this area before? Have you ever traveled in order to make business? These kind of things. ¿Alguna vez has? Okay. Also, I'm going to explain to you, I have just, I have already, I have never. And quite important, with the present perfect, you're going to find expressions like for means durante, since, which means desde, and until, which means hasta. I'm going also to explain it and to see some exercises or examples. And these expressions are quite important because, for example, if you go to a job, you are going to apply for a job and you have to answer different questions. They're going to ask you, oh, how long have you worked for that company? And you can answer, I have worked for 3 months, or I have worked for 5 years. Okay. Or you can say, well, I have worked for that company, or I have worked for this company since 1999. He trabajado desde since 1999. Okay, or when you finish, and when did you finish your position, or when did you finish your work in that company? Oye, ¿cuándo acabaste? Entonces dices en esa posición, en ese trabajo, and you can say, well, I work until February, hasta febrero, for example. And here you have a video just in case. I'm going to explain it, but if you want to see the explanation in a video with examples, I introduce this kind of videos because probably you're going to understand me, but it's important to listen to these explanations, but obviously by means of video explaining these things. Also, apart from this, we are going to see key vocabulary referring to jobs. I have included a part in the class that I will upload after the class in this case about all the expressions that are usual to be used when applying for a job or when applying for a post in a place. And also, we are going to look at different questions you are going to find when you are in situations like this. Okay, apart from this, we are going to see all the things, but basically, these are the main ideas for today. Well, I forgot something. Also, I have included a video about LinkedIn. Why I have included a video about LinkedIn and a PowerPoint, a presentation I'm going to upload for you. Why? Because you and me, you know that probably LinkedIn is the most popular, the most used search engine for jobs, or at least the one who most of people are working in. Okay, so we are going to see all these things. Okay, so now we are going to go to something more trivial, and this is going to be how to express what you want at the time of having lunch, for example. Okay, so 1 second. Now we are going to see how to order the food, because in English, guys, you order the food. Okay, pedir la comida o pedir el menú is order the food. Okay, so food, order the food. Okay, so one important part of the life, one important part of life when you are traveling to different places, and sometimes when you are working with different people, is that you sometimes are going to be in a situation in which you are going to have a lunch with your co-workers or with your clients or with your potential clients. So it's important that they see that we can give instructions at the time of well, you should eat this, or I prefer this, or what do you think it's the best, or this is the main course, or this is not. So I think it's important as part of real English, and as a part of Unit 3, obviously, ordering in a food restaurant. So a second, please. Okay, so important. Guys, when you go to a restaurant, this is ordering food or order for a menu, okay? In fact, when the waiter, cuando el camarero, or the waitress, o la camarera, is coming to you, they are going to tell you, do you have your order? Or have you ordered already? So always the expression order is going to be in the tongue of the person is going to talk to, okay? So order, al contrario de lo que algunos podéis pensar, es un false friend, un falso amigo, no es orden. Order es pedir en el sentido de pedir, en este caso, el menú, o make an order in business es hacer un pedido. Realmente orden en inglés se dice command, C-O-M-M-A-N-D, command, but order es pedido en general. And ordering food in a restaurant is when you go to a restaurant and you ask for food. So order, you make your order. So can you tell me your order, please? Or have you already decided what your order is going to be? So in English language, there are three main courses. Guys, courses, aparte de un curso educativo, courses is diferentes platos. In this case, three main courses means that in your menu, for example, probably you are going to have three things to take, okay? So, for example, the three main parts to the River Cottage menu is explained. So imagine that we are, give me a second, because, okay. Imagine that we are in this menu, River Cottage, and you are going to order some food or some lunch for you and for the people who are with you. Okay, so first, you usually are going to begin with the starters. Starters could be or no the first course. Starters is similar to appetizers. Appetizers can be, to begin, you want, in Spanish we would say, you want something like unos embutidos. Excuse me a moment. So in guys, in English, when you say appetizers, you say things like, in Spanish would see embutidos, aceitunas, unas patatas. Elena me dice, ¿puedes decirme en castellano qué es River Cottage? River Cottage simplemente es el nombre del restaurante, entendido, pero si quieres la traducción sería más o menos la granja al lado del río, o sí, algo así, ¿vale? Pero es el nombre de un restaurante ficticio, ¿vale? Starters can be, es decir, en los three main courses, en los tres platos que suele haber, chicos, a veces tú puedes tener your first course, el primer plato, can be a soup, okay, puede ser una sopa. But sometimes, instead of having a first course, en vez de tener un primer plato como tal, you can ask for, or you can order starters. Starters are similar to appetizers, okay? Appetizers. And starters and appetizers, I think they are things like onion rings, chips, olives, butter with bread. Aperitivo. Sí, gracias, Guillem. Gracias. Gracias, Guillem. Okay, so yes, starters can be aperitivos. Perhaps you can have starters and you can have a first course, second course, and third course. But more or less, starters and appetizers are the same, okay? Then you can have a main meal, so lo que diríamos, pues bueno, el plato central o el segundo plato. So this usually is a dish of meat or fish, okay? But well, it depends. You can find all kind of courses, okay? And the last of the courses, usually the third one, are the desserts, okay? Which are usually the sweet ones, pudding, cake, things like that. So when you go to a restaurant, probably, guys, you're going to find simply a menu, okay? And in the menu, you have to ask, you're going to find starters. You're going to find different things for first course, el primer plato. You are going to find different things for the main meal, para segundo plato. And then you're going to have different desserts, okay? So it's something I wanted to tell you because I think not many people know that sometimes courses are los diferentes platos. Vamos a ver, hay tres tipos de platos. Cuando hablamos de primer plato, segundo plato, tercer plato, que es de lo que estamos hablando aquí, normalmente se dice course, ¿vale? Si estamos hablando de un plato desde un punto de vista físico, es plate, P-L-A-T-E, plate. Se puede utilizar en ocasiones, también existe otra palabra para plato que es saucer, pero bueno, plate es el plato físico. Y luego, el plato que yo voy a tomar desde un sentido gastronómico, podríamos decir meal, M-E-A-L, ¿entendido? Meal. Entonces, digamos que meal podríais utilizarlo como, well, the meal I'm going to have is going to be soup and some fish, and then I'm going to have a cake, okay? But also, if you go to a very elegant restaurant, you're going to find, well, different courses, okay? So a first course, perhaps first the starters, a first course, a second course, and probably a third course. Okay, so what kind of starters you can find, guys? Well, you can find, for example, tomato soup, a creamy soup, smoke coat. A smoke coat is smoke. Always you find smoke is ahumado, and coat is. Hoy no me va a salir ninguna palabra. Ya os lo digo porque hay días que aún no lo saben las palabras en español. Pues bueno, smoke coat es ahora me vendrá, perdonadme. Slices of coat served with brown bread and butter, calamari, obviously, and pan fried or grilled calamari. A coat is mira que no me sale, chicos. It's an orange fish. Is an orange fish. I need to know it. Sorry, I need to know it because if not, I'm going to be very nervous all the class. Sorry about that. Smoke is important. You know that everything which is a smoke, guys, is ahumado. But give me a second. Thank you, Anna. So today, today I'm going to be a bit diffused. Okay, thank you, bacalao. Yes. Okay, so yeah, sometimes it is salmon. Okay, so you can use both things. More salmon, okay. Smoke coat, okay. So well, this can be some kind of starters. The main idea is that if you can find starters, guys, or appetizers. So if you are in a restaurant and you have the menu with you and you see starters or appetizers, you know that it's going to be a brief thing, okay? So it's not going to be something heavy for your stomach. It's going to be a moment, okay? The starters and the appetizers are going to be the moment to talk with your potential clients and to talk with well, your coworkers, or it's the time to have a conversation, okay? Because it's the moment when you have time while you are waiting for the starters or you are taking some appetizers, you have time to talk about different things. Main dishes, well, here there are some examples of main dishes. Main dishes usually is the second course, okay? Second course. So you can have scallopine di vitello, this is Italian, okay? So built with fresh mushroom and roasted peppers with a touch of cream. So this is meat with mushrooms. Mushrooms is setas and, for example, peppers, pimientos, and a touch of cream, or roasted Atlantic salmon, or a roasted salmon with artichoke, hearts, asparagus, tomatoes, chicken, and all these things, all these menus, all these dishes, all these meals, you can dip es que puedes echar, es decir, puedes tener parmigiano or salted with lemon or sauce with wine. Okay, so this would be, if you see main dishes, you know that it is the most important part of your lunch. Okay, then when we say dessert, we are referring to everything related with sweets, okay, with sugar. So chocolate mousse or carrot cake or ricotta cheesecake or tiramisu. So you can find different things. And obviously in drinks, you can ask for water. You can order water, you can order orange juice or all kind of juices, or you can ask for a variety of beers. Well, it will depend on the ones you have on your menu. And if you like, if your preferences are wine, you can ask for white wines, for example, and obviously we are talking here about specific brands, es decir, marcas específicas, okay? So important desserts, okay? Drinks, wine. Important that you order. For my second course, I order, for example, the salmon, or I order a chicken, okay? And if the person tells you, and what do you want? What would you like to have for drinks? You can say, okay, I would like to have beer, or I would like to have juices or whatever. And if you are, if you like wines, obviously you can ask for a wine. So when you are in the restaurant, this is the situation, okay? So imagine that you are in the cottage restaurant. It says when you go to a restaurant, the waiter or waitress, camarero or camarera, will come to your table at least once when you are eating and ask how everything is. Okay, so obviously, if you are in a restaurant, all of us, we have been in restaurants, and depending on the restaurant you are, sometimes from time to time, the waiter or the waitress is going to ask you, everything is okay? Do you need more drink? So that's the reason. So many people say, okay, why they come to the table? Well, obviously they want to know that everything is okay for you. Okay, so the reason they come to your table for the food, during the food, is to see if your order, everything is correct, and if you need something more, if you need to order, for example, more drinks. Okay, so the waiter or the waitress is going to ask you, how's everything? So if someone, how's everything, you would say everything is perfect, or perfect, thank you, or everything is okay, thank you. Or this person can ask you, is everything okay for you? And you can say, yes, everything is okay for me, but can I have, or is it possible to have more French fries? Or is it possible to have, or can I have more water? Or can I have more wine, for example? So how is your dinner? Everything to your liking? Todo está a su gusto? And you can say, yes, everything is perfect, or no, please, my vegetables are cold. So, okay. So how's your lunch? Are you okay? Okay, and you can say, for example, please, take another round of drinks, please. So, ¿queréis otra de, por ejemplo, de vino? Yes. So you say, okay, we are going to have a round of a drink, or we are going to have another round of beers, or we're going to have another round of wines. Okay. Do you need anything else with your meals, or do you need anything else? And you can say, no, we're fine, thanks. So in restaurants, above all, if you are in elegant restaurants, or where you are supposed to have business lunches or business lunches meetings, sometimes the reason why the person in a church, the reason why the waiter or waitress is coming to your table is because this person wants to be sure that you are okay. Okay, so remember, okay, how is everything? Everything is okay, thank you. Can I have more water? Can I have a round of wines? Or please, everything is okay? No, please, these vegetables are very cold. So the waiter is going to tell you, okay, no problem, give me them and I will be here with them hotter in 1 minute. Okay, so remember, waiter or waitress and situations when this person is going to say, okay, everything is okay with you. So dessert, when we are practically finish your meal, so usually you're going to be asked for the dessert. So would you like to have any dessert? So for example, would you like dessert after your meal? Yes, please. Can I see the dessert menu, please? Usually when you are in a restaurant or when you want to make an order, you're going to say, can I see the menu? Can I have the bill? ¿Me puedes traer la cuenta? Can I have another orange juice? ¿Me traes otro zumo de naranja, please? So in these situations where you're going to buy something or you want to make an order, usually the most usual way to ask for something, to ask an order is, can I have this? Okay, so the waiter or waitress is going to say, would you like to order any dessert from our dessert trolley? And you can say, no thanks, I'm full after the meal. So the person says, do you want any dessert? Here you have the menu with all kinds of the dessert trolley, so all the possibilities we have, and you can say, no thanks, I'm full. Or something you can say is more than enough, suficiente, thanks. Okay, so do you want any dessert after your meals, or would you like to try a special dessert or dessert special? And you can say, can you tell me what it is? So a dessert is something are going to ask you. So they can ask you and you can I have the menu? Can I have the dessert? But if you have the dessert menu with you, you can say, I would like to have, I would like to order, I would like to eat. Okay. And the worst moment of the day or of the lunch is when someone has to pay the bill. Okay, pay the bill is bueno, pedir la cuenta. So getting the bill. So one of the things you can do to get the bill is to look for the server, the waiter or the waitress, and make eye contact or raise your hand. It's something that we do in all countries. And when the waiter or the waitress or the server, when they come to your table, you say, can I have the bill? Can I have the bill? Can I have my bill? Can we have the bill, please? Or I'm ready for my bill, or I'm ready to pay the bill, or I would like my check, please. Check is much more formal, okay? Much more formal. So it's quite important, the bill. Can I have the bill? Can we have the bill? Or I'm ready to pay the bill, please. Or simply, if you want to be brief, you can say the bill, please. So important in resume, summing up everything I have told you, quite important about the menus, that you are going to find what is called different courses. Okay, when we talk about different courses, it means diferentes platos. So sometimes, probably, you are going to find three main courses, but sometimes before the three main courses, antes de los tres platos principales, you are going to ask, or you are going to order for starters, or you are going to see the starters or the appetizers. So they are what we try, or we usually taste while the rest of the food, the rest of your meal is cooking. Then usually, perhaps you're going to ask for a first course that usually is something like soup, or something like vegetables with beans, or meals, or courses like this. But the second or the main menu, in the main menu, the main course or the second course is usually the most important. And finally, the third course is what we say dessert. And usually they are going to tell you, would you like a dessert? So can I tell you all the desserts we have in the restaurant? And you can say, yes, can I have the menu dessert? Or remember, if you want to ask for something, it's always quite important that you say, can I have more water? Can I have more wine? Okay, and something which is quite important, which is, can I get the bill? So the bill is the most important of all of them. Okay, so usually when you are in these situations, guys, they are going to talk, or we are going to talk about different things related with our business. Okay, so sometimes it's important to know the basic rules when you go to a restaurant, or when you are going to have meeting, a real meeting by means of a lunch. Okay, so apart from this, guys, apart from this, today we are going to see, one second. We are going to see, grammatically speaking, how long, and the present perfect with different expressions, with different words. So I'm going to begin with the present perfect, and then we are going to see some examples with how long. Okay, so in this lesson we are studying the present perfect. So you're going to see now on your screen the present perfect. The present perfect, one second. Okay, so the present perfect in Spanish is to talk about something that you have done in the past, but you also are doing in the present. Okay, so usually in Spanish it's translated like he trabajado, he estado, he ido, he venido, he entendido, he estudiado, he enviado. So these kind of things. This is the present perfect, and we use the present perfect when you have been doing something in the past, but it has an impact on the present. For example, if you are in a recruiter conversation, or an interview conversation, and someone asks you about something related with your job, you can say, I have worked, present perfect, for this company since 1999. So he trabajado para esta compañía desde 1999. So, how we create the present perfect. ¿Cómo creamos en inglés el presente perfecto? Pues siempre tenéis que incluir have o has y el verbo en participio. ¿Y cuál es el verbo en participio? Pues el verbo en participio es, si es los verbos irregulares, es la tercera columna de los verbos irregulares. Imaginad que es enviar, que es send, sent, sent. Pues bueno, he enviado sería I have sent. Es decir, tenéis que estudiar los verbos irregulares, eso realmente no hay otra manera que estudiarles. Pero sí, el verbo es regular, es decir, no está dentro de la lista de verbos irregulares. Para hacer el participio que va con el presente perfecto, se hace igual que con el pasado, es decir, se añade ed. Imaginad que vosotros estáis con el verbo invite, que es invitar, que es invite, en pasado invited, con ed. Pues bien, el participio es igual que el pasado, con ed. Invite, invited, invited. De tal manera que si yo digo, pues les he invitado a comer, eso sería I have invited them to have lunch with me. So important, guys. To do the present perfect, you have to use subject plus has or have plus the verb in participle. The verb in participle is the third column of the irregular verbs, or the verb with ed. If you have to do the negative, if you have to do the negative, you have to write subject plus has or have, hasn't or haven't, plus verb in participle. So have not or has not, o haven't or hasn't, plus the verb in participle. For example, no les he invitado, I haven't invited them. No hemos hablado sobre el tema, we haven't talked about this issue, about this topic, or about this problem, o no hemos cogido el avión todavía, we haven't taken the plane yet, okay? So this is for the negative. And if you have to do the interrogative, guys, if you have to do the interrogative, this is has or have plus subject plus the verb in participle. ¿Les has invitado? Have you invited them? Yes, I have, sí, o no, I haven't, no. ¿Ya has hablado sobre este tema? Have you talked about this topic with them? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Have you paid for the bill? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Have you ordered your meal? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. So, has pedido la comida, has pagado la cuenta. So, this is and the short answer, sí, lo he hecho. Yes, I have, or no, pues no lo he hecho. No, I haven't. Okay. So, the plane has landed safely. Es el avión ha aterrizado bien, sin problema, sin novedad. So what kind of expressions you are going to find with the present perfect? Well, with the present perfect, and this is important at the time of the grammar exercises, you're going to find just, you're going to find already, you're going to find yet, never, and ever. So I'm going to begin with the first one. Guys, I have just in Spanish is acabar de. I have just in Spanish is acabar de. So, for example, I have just had a meeting is acabo de tener una reunión. Y diréis, have, bueno, es que el verbo have, que es tener o tomar, es irregular y es have con de y have en participio. Por lo tanto, have de el presente perfecto. I have just had a meeting. Acabo de hacer o tener la reunión. They have just left. In this case, left. Leave, left es marcharse. Pues se acaban de marchar. We have just sent him back the mail. Acabamos de responderle al mail. So when you find I have just, this is acabo de. Always subject plus have or has plus just plus the verb in participle, okay? So this is for acabar de. Acabo de, sí, pues acabo de pedir ya, no te preocupes. I have just ordered my meal. O acaban de llegar hace 2 minutos. They have just arrived. O acabamos de hablar sobre ese tema. We have just talked about that precise topic. O acabamos de contratarle. We have just taken him on, for example. Okay, so I have just, acabar de. I have already. I have already is ya he. So, for example, I have already read all the resumes. Pues ya me he leído todos los currículums que han mandado. So, I have already read the resumes. Or I have already applied for that job. Ya he pedido el trabajo. Es decir, ya he mandado todos los requisitos que me pedían, ya les he enviado. O I have already got the answer. So this is ya he recibido su respuesta. So always subject plus has or have plus already plus perfect participle is ya he. Ya he pedido la comida. I have already ordered my meal. Ya he pedido las bebidas. I have already ordered the drinks. Ya he pedido el trabajo. I have already applied for the job. Ya me han subido de posición o ya me han cambiado de puesto. I have already been promoted in my post. So ya he. Have you ever, this is something you are going to find in questions, okay, all the time. So especially in job interview questions. So alguna vez have you ever worked as a recruiter? Have you ever worked as a recruiter? ¿Alguna vez has trabajado como una persona que busca personal, etcétera? ¿Has trabajado en un puesto similar? Have you ever worked for an international company? Usted ya ha trabajado anteriormente para otras compañías internacionales. Can you tell me which ones? ¿Me puedes decir cuáles? Have you ever got a promotion? ¿Alguna vez has tenido un ascenso? Ok, so have you ever plus perfect participle, present perfect. ¿Alguna vez has? And yet, I have siempre va en negativa o en interrogativa. Haven't yet. This means no he aún o no he todavía. For example, I haven't talked to him yet. This means, pues no he hablado con él aún, ¿ok? O I haven't got the promotion I am looking for yet. Pues no, todavía no he conseguido ese puesto por el que estaba, en el que estaba intentando, o al que estaba intentando ascender. So yet at the end of the sentence in the negative es no he todavía. Then you have for and since, okay, with the present perfect. For is durante and since is desde. So for 3 days, for 5 days, for 7 days, whatever. Or since Monday, since Friday, for durante, since desde, okay? And also, you have to distinguish between I have never, nunca he, and have you ever, alguna vez has. So someone can tell you, have you ever worked in an international company? Oye, ¿alguna vez has trabajado en una empresa de corte internacional? No, I have never worked in a place like this. So guys, well, this is for you to practice in the present perfect. This is for you to practice in the present perfect. So it's quite important, guys, that you study and you know not only the present perfect, but also all the expressions, all the words you are going to find with the present perfect, okay? So now, guys, we are going to see the expression how long. As I told you at the beginning of the class, how long is cuánto tiempo. How long is cuánto tiempo has estado o llevas haciendo algo. Sorry, tenéis que distinguirlo de how long ago, que es hace cuánto tiempo. How long ago, hace cuánto tiempo. Y eso siempre va en pasados simples. Yo digo, oye, ¿hace cuánto tiempo trabajaste allí? How long ago did you work there? Pero este how long, el que es solo how long, es cuánto tiempo llevas o cuánto tiempo has estado haciendo algo, and always go with the present perfect. For example, someone says, guys, internet appeared in the 1990s or in 1990. So the question is, how long have we used the internet? ¿Cuánto tiempo llevamos usando internet? ¿Cuánto tiempo lleva internet en nuestras vidas? So how long have we used present perfect the internet? Or Apple released iPads in October 2001. Okay. So how long have we used iPads? ¿Cuánto tiempo ¿Cuánto tiempo llevamos utilizando los iPods? ¿Cuánto tiempo, cuántos años, por qué periodo hemos utilizado these iPods that obviously now they are completely out of fashion? Or first air conditioning was invented in 1902. So, how long have we enjoyed the air conditioning? ¿Cuánto tiempo llevamos disfrutando de un invento como el aire acondicionado? How long have we enjoyed the air conditioning? Or the first, sorry. So the first electric charging appeared in 2010. How long have we had the car charging? ¿Cuánto tiempo llevamos con los cargadores eléctricos o con los cargadores eléctricos para coches? And someone can say, well, we have used the car charging cables for 15 years, imagine. Okay, so how long? ¿Cuánto tiempo? Mark Zuckerberg is with you. So founded Facebook in February 2004. How long has Internet or Facebook been founded? So, ¿cuánto tiempo, cuántos años, cuánto tiempo lleva Internet, lleva Facebook en Internet? Or Spain joined the European countries in 1986. So how long has Spain taken part of the EU? So, ¿cuánto tiempo llevamos siendo parte de la Comunidad Europea? So how long? Always with present perfect. So in this lesson, we see present perfect, okay? But not only present perfect. We have to study present perfect with different expressions. So the first expression is with how long, okay? How long have you lived in Palencia? ¿Cuánto llevas viviendo en Palencia? O how long have you lived in Valladolid? ¿Cuánto tiempo llevas viviendo en Valladolid? O ¿cuánto llevas haciendo tal cosa? So the present perfect always has or have plus the perfect participle, okay? But hay algunas expresiones que siempre van con el presente perfecto. I have just, acabo de. I have already, ya he. Have you ever, alguna vez has. I have never, nunca he. O I haven't yet, aún no he hecho tal cosa, o I have already, ya he hecho. ¿Por qué ponen este tipo de expresiones en esta unidad 3? Pues lógicamente porque cuando hacemos questions and answers related to conversations, relacionadas con conversaciones about applying for a job, relacionadas con solicitar trabajos, usually you're going to find this kind of expressions. So I have been working, or I have worked for that company for 7 years, or I have worked as I don't know, interviewer, or I have worked as an administrative for that office for 10 years, or I have never worked as a manager, or I have never worked as manager. So, or I haven't worked in the medical area yet. So the reason why you have in this precise lesson this kind of expressions, grammatical expressions, is because when you are in an interview, when you are in a job interview, you usually, or you are going usually to near the present perfect with these expressions. For example, you can say, I have just finished my master. Acabo de finalizar mi máster, or I have already worked for an international company before. Ya he trabajado para compañías internacionales antes. Or I have worked in this position for 10 years. He trabajado en este puesto en concreto for 10 years. So the reason why, la razón por la que, the reason why you have this present perfect with these expressions, I have just, I have already, I have never, have you ever, I haven't yet, for, since, until, is because when you are doing an interview, when you are asking, or when you or someone is asking you, you're going to receive, you're going to use this kind of expressions. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to talk about some important expressions you are going to find when you are in an interview. Okay, so here you have, well, this is created, guys, after the class I'm going to upload you, is because in each one of the worksheets, you're going to find a word related with jobs, related with the laboral world, the laboral or the work environment. Okay, so occupation is the job or the career someone has. Okay, so you can say my occupation is to be full-time teacher in junior university, imagine. Okay, so occupation is a job or a career someone has. And here they tell you, well, in order to practice with the word occupation, tell me different occupations you have had. For example, my occupation can be the community manager in an international company. Another occupation I have had is to be an administrative in the headquarters of FARA, for example. So different things. Okay, so another word, position, the specific type of job you might be doing. So when you talk about position, obviously it's a job, but is to say more specifically, with more detail, what you do. So for example, if you are in a supermarket or in a bank and you are the cashier, tú eres el cajero, or I work in the university, and someone say, but what is exactly your position? And you say, well, I work in the university, but my position is in the administration field. Or I work in the university and my position is to be the coordinator of all the English, for example, English subjects for the marketing degree. So position is something more specific. So here, just in case you want to learn in this memoristic way, you can use different positions you have had. Okay, so another one is employee. Employee is el empleado, a person working for a company. So here he says, tell me the employees of your school, tell me the employees of your factory, tell me the employees in your business. Okay, part-time. Part-time is when you work only a part of the day or a week, for example, 10 hours a week, or for example, 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day. So when you work in a job, they're going to tell you, is a part-time job, a part-time job, or a full-time job. Okay, so sometimes we do, or you can do different part-time jobs in order to have a good salary, or simply you work with a part-time job because you want it. Okay, so more vocabulary, full-time job. So full-time job, it means that usually you work 40 hours a week. So okay, Okay, your W2, your W2 is what you have to pay every month for your salary to the government, okay? This would be el IRPF, okay? El IRPF. So, okay, so here, they ask you some questions um, in order to have or to talk about the paycheck. Your paycheck is your salary. Your paycheck is your salary, okay? Your salary. Okay. Your gross pay is tu salario en bruto. Your gross pay, tu salario en bruto. This is how much money you make before taxes. Taxes, impuestos. So gross pay, el salario en bruto. So here they ask you some pop questions if you want to tell, okay? So net pay is how much you earn, how much money you earn after taxes are taken out. So lo que ganas finalmente, el neto in your pay. You know that you can say pay, you can say salary, your net salary, or your net wage, okay? Insurance. So you can pay for insurance for things like life, dental, medical, car, houses. So insurance is seguros, different insurance in your life. So deductions is also another way to say the IRPF. So this is the amount of money taken out from your paycheck or your salary. So what are your deductions? So the social security, the insurance, the federal taxes, whatever, okay? So the deductions I have in my paycheck or in my salary are the social security and, for example, an insurance, imagine, okay? So these are the deductions for my salary. So the benefits is or the profits, the benefits or the profits is the money you are able to earn, okay? Usually, the benefits or the profits, it's something that is the person in charge, the head of the company is the one who is going to take the benefits, okay? The profits, okay? Usually, you as a worker, you are not going to have profits or benefits, okay? The unions, this is what you pay monthly to be part of un sindicato. The union are sindicatos, okay? Some people in some countries, from the salary, they have the union's deduction, okay? The union's deduction also, you can do it. So remember, the union, the sindicato. So your qualification is a quality that an employer is looking for to make sure you are a good fit for the job. So what are your qualifications? Or you can say, well, I have studied human resources for years. Then I have made a master about the problems in the laboral market, etc. So these are the qualifications, and also you can include, and I can speak English and I can speak French, and also I work as a voluntary in different places. So these are your qualifications, okay? So reference is that if you have worked for some years in different places, in different business, in different offices, in different headquarters, sometimes you send your reference, okay, as part of your resume, as part of your curriculum vitae, okay? So your resume is the document that summarizes your job experiences and your skill. So in your resume, in your CV, in your curriculum vitae, in your briefing, you summarizes, you include all the laboral experiences you have had, all your skills, and sometimes all your qualifications, understanding for qualifications, all your studies, okay? Cover letter is something that you usually send to the employer in order to, well, to include with your resume or with your curriculum vitae. So vacancy is when there is a vacancy, when you have a vacant, is that you can apply for the job because they need people. They need people for the job. Unemployed, this means that you currently is now at present, you don't have a job. So when you are unemployed, estás en el paro. So seasonal worker is a person who only works on specific months of the year. For example, in summer, there are seasonal workers, and in Christmas, during Christmas, there are seasonal workers in shops, okay? So trabajadores de temporada, seasonal workers. Okay, so this kind of vocabulary I'm going to include in all the documents I upload because I think they are words that are important for you, and I see it necessary. For you to know, for the writings, for understanding the readings, and they are important words when you are doing some kind of interview, okay? Okay, so I'm going to upload this. And apart from this, guys, and I'm going to finish in 5 minutes, I want to show you, okay. One second. Okay. No, it's not this. Sorry, it's not this. Is one second. Now, after the class, I'm going to upload. Now these things. Apart from the things we have seen during the class, I'm going to upload for you. So you are going to see during the evening, during this afternoon, obviously the unit 3, the LinkedIn project, which talks what LinkedIn is as an engine for searching for jobs. And it inside or within the LinkedIn project, you are going to see some videos about what LinkedIn is and how it works. I know you know, but it's a way to know in English. Also, order food. I'm going to include vocabulary, skills you need for your workplace, okay? I have included, or I am going to include you, a reading about the importance of being fast or being agile when you work. Also, I'm going to include a presentation with questions that you can find in a job interview using Have You Ever. I'm going to include some examples of exam writings, so some examples of writings you can have, and also readings. And also, I am going to include you many questions. The next day also I will talk about these questions you are going to ask or you are going to answer when you are doing a job interview. And to finish also, one second, to finish also, I'm going to include you, two different videos. I'm going to include you in the things you are going to have in your Moodle. I'm going to include another two situations when you have an English conversation practice about job interview. Okay, so you are going to see that this is the human. Well, this guy, this man, is looking for the human resources manager, and you are going to see a conversation because he is looking for, or he's applying for a job, and you're going to see the conversation, the questions, and how he explains who he is, the resume, talks about himself, he talks about his qualifications, he talks about his previous experiences, and all these kind of stuff. Okay, so after the class, in more or less half an hour, you're going to have all these things, not only the ones we have worked during the classes, but also you are going to have exercises with present perfect, with four scenes, these videos for you to practice, apart from the TextWave platform, where you have to obviously work with the present perfect and do the proposed exercises. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope it's okay. I hope you are learning different things related with the human resources area, and more specifically about the job interviews. So after the class, in more or less half an hour, you will have all the things we have done during the class, but also more videos and more exercises and more presentations related with job interviews, related with the exercises and with the contents that you have in the unit 3. So I don't know if you have any question. Okay, so okay, so okay, Carla, Carla, I have to see something related to you. Okay, I I will tell you later. Okay, I remember. So do you understand me, Carla? Okay, perfect. No lo había olvidado, ¿ok? So, the rest, si tenéis fin de semana largo, no es mi caso, bueno, pues enhorabuena. Y si tenéis que trabajar algunos días sí, algunos días no, pues bueno, pues tomádoslo con el mejor humor posible, o yo al menos es lo que siempre trato de hacer. Así que un placer, y ya sabéis que siempre estoy en los foros o siempre estoy en los mails si necesitáis cualquier cosa. ¿Entendido? Pues nada, gracias a vosotros. Gracias, Ana, gracias, Guillem, gracias, Ainara, gracias, Elena, gracias, Sandra. Gracias a todos. Hasta luego, chicos.